Just as the two aircraft became successfully conjoined in the sky, the video flicked to black and the speakers popped once loudly before going silent. "Whoa, sorry everyone," Mrs. Brinkley said, heading toward the TV so she could check what happened. "Maybe a loose cable." Someone reached for the light switch, but flicking it back and forth had no effect. "Huh, how about that?" said the teacher, momentarily stumped. "I guess we lost power. It'll be back on in a second. Everyone just stay in your seats and we'll carry on." "Mrs. Brinkley?" said Beth, pulling out a much-cherished object from her bag. "I know we're not supposed to. Why do you have a cell phone in the classroom?" Mrs. Brinkley demanded immediately. "You know the school policy on phones, Beth." "I know, I'm sorry. My mother insisted that I keep my phone close by for emergencies." "And our classroom TV shutting itself off somehow counts as an emergency?" she asked testily. "Well, I don't know yet. My phone is completely dark. Won't turn on at all." Others saw Beth's unresponsive screen, and a dozen of them reached for their own surreptitiously hidden phones. "Good God, it's an epidemic!" Mrs. Brinkley exclaimed, only half in jest, but then saw that her students were genuinely concerned. "Miss, I consider myself an expert in broken phones," said Leah Quinn, the third oldest girl in the class. "I've inflicted damage of every kind. I even think I innovated." "She dropped an iPhone 6 in the Trevi Fountain in Rome once," a friend of hers confirmed. "Quite a scene." "And I'm telling you," Leah continued, "this thing is completely fried. Won't even turn back on." "Mine too," wailed another classmate. "And mine. What's going on?" "Is this some tactic the school is trying out?" Beth asked skeptically. "To make sure we can't use our phones in exams? Things like that?" "I'd be amazed if the Board of Governors were sophisticated enough," Mrs. Brinkley said, finding her own phone to be dead. Plugging it into the outlet yielded nothing. "Look, I'm going to ask what's going on down at administration. It'll just be a blown fuse or something. Everyone just stay here and stay calm, okay?" Being starved of information was an uncomfortable sensation, and a rare one in the students' regular lives. Now they could only speculate and watch some truly odd behavior in the school's parking lot. Several cars had come off the main road and were coasting to a halt among the parked cars, their drivers a mix of frustrated, clueless, and bemused. Some had to roll their unresponsive vehicles into hedges or onto the grass median as their brakes failed to fully deploy. Engines stubbornly refused to restart. The students could hear cries of alarm as people realized that the roads leading away from the campus were now completely blocked by stalled vehicles. Not even the traffic lights were working. Beth turned to her classmates. "The power's out everywhere? Even the signals?" "Looks that way," Leah agreed. "Where's Mrs. Brinkley with that update? How could this even happen?" asked Beth. "What about backups? Aren't there always backups?" Leah was equally confused. "Why the hell would people's cars stop working? They're not plugged into the grid." "And our phones," Caitlin reminded them. "I charged mine to 100% just this morning." Looking deeply worried, Mrs. Brinkley returned at an unusually brisk pace. "All right, everybody. I don't really have much news, except that the power is off and no one knows why. Not yet, anyway." She added hopefully, "It's 3:15 already. Unless your parents are home and you can walk there, the principal wants you to stay here until this straightens out." The students began making plans. "My mom always comes to get me at 5:15, Caitlin announced. "Or if she's in surgery, she'll send Jorge with the car." "My two guys should be here already," said a quiet, unassuming voice. "You can usually set your watch by the Secret Service," said Beth. "And in an emergency, they're supposed to be here in a flash. I'm honestly kind of worried."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.